Ahoy, gas masters and commander. Recently, on my How to Sound Like Adam Jones video, somebody was asking me about the Marshall JCM 800 because they were also thinking of getting one, and what I thought of the amp. It's right back there. Seeing how it is a legendary guitar amplifier since the 80s, I thought, yeah, it probably actually does deserve a little bit more screen time. So this is my review and how I personally use it. My name is Jack, and I still have a serious case of gas. So the JCM 800 that I have is a Mark II lead. It's a 50 watt head and it's loud. It's very loud. Ridiculously loud. Even if it's only 50 watts, I actually had it modded. I had like a volume pot inserted in the back because at that time I didn't have a really good attenuator. So I couldn't play it anywhere. And since having the aux box, I've been able to use it a lot more. So if you're getting one of these amplifiers, you have to get a good attenuator. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad time. And this Marshall 800 is actually, it's a bit special to me. I bought it off a famous guitarist's Facebook page. He always has a kind of a yard sale. I'm not gonna mention any names, but he's a famous guitarist for Mastodon. His name's Bill K. No, that's probably too obvious. B. Kelleher. That's probably less obvious. So, yeah, I got it from his Facebook page. He was doing a yard sale. I bought it, being the fanboy that I am. And I have no regrets. If you're going for like a Blood and Thunder or a Leviathan kind of sound, this is the amp that Mastodon or Bill Kelleher, I said I wasn't going to mention names, but the kind of amplifier that they really used in that kind of a sound. So it sounds pretty epic. But like I said, you need an attenuator. I have all the settings in the video here on 12. Everything's at 0.12 o'clock. Obviously the gain, I'm talking about the EQ, is all at 12 o'clock. Presence, dialed in a little bit. I'll put a screenshot in so you can actually see the settings. But it's always kind of a rumor that the EQ settings actually don't really do much. I've actually found that somewhat in a way as well. They really don't actually do that much. It's very minimal. It's pretty much just like a lead channel. You can clean it up a bit if you roll down the volume. And if you put a boost pedal in there or a tube driver or something, wow, it's powerful. But like I said, it's loud, so be careful. Over the years, since being produced, there have been different versions of the JCM 800, the 2203, the 2204, and then later on a 2-channel JCM 800 was produced. Mine is only a 1-channel. I personally don't know, or I haven't actually noticed a big difference between the 2203 and 2204. It's still, both of them have that JCM 800 Marshall sound, you know, it's a very distinct sound. If any of you actually know if there's a main difference, except for maybe a couple of things in the circuitry, let me know. I'd be interested. I personally haven't heard anything, but I could just be the ringing in my ears. So all in all, the JCM 800 is a great amplifier to have in your arsenal. A lot were produced over the years, so it's probably quite easy to get a good one for a reasonable price. As mentioned before though, it's definitely a good idea to have an attenuator. Shell out a little bit of money for that. Believe me, it will be worth it. You can get the full sound out of it. But the JCM 800, many famous players have used it over the years. Kirk Hammett, Metallica, Bill Kelleher, Mastodon, Billy Corgan, James Iha, and the Smashing Pumpkins, Slash, obviously. I think even Eric Clapton has used one in the past, so it's a great sound. It's what I think of when I think of Marshall. Something that I've seen also on other YouTube channels are people suggesting different bands or albums you should try listening to. This is a band, they're called Spoilers, they're from the UK. They opened up for Lagwagon a couple of months ago in Munich, and they've got a kind of a Lagwagon sound, but it also kind of on the brink of melodic kind of punk stuff like Rise Against. So if you like Lagwagon or Rise Against, check these guys out. They're on Spotify. I've become a huge fan of this album. And they've got a new one out as well, but this is the one that I kind of fell in love with, so check them out. They're a great band. Otherwise, if you found this video helpful, useful, or just ridiculous, please give it a like and subscribe. It always gives me extra support. And also, stick around after, just to prove that I'm human, that I make mistakes. I put in a, just check it out. Anyway, my name is Jack, and I still have a serious case of golden plexi Marshall-y gas. Have a nice day. And it's very loud. It's very, very loud. I actually had to have it modded originally, and that's a comment, so thanks for that. I might need to turn down my speakers the next time. And